This is Gary V. Listen to a Filipino radio experience right here in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.
PHLV Radio.
The Filipino American Cancer Care now brings you On the Air with FACC. Tributes and support to those impacted by cancer. On the Air with FACC. The Filipino American Cancer Care on PHLV Radio.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Magandang gabi sa ating mga kababayan dito sa Amerika. Good morning, Philippines. Welcome to PHLV Radio Show on the Air with FACC, a Filipino American Cancer Care. My name is Josie Moralidad, a founder and the president of the Filipino American Cancer Care. At syempre, kasama ko ngayong gabi, every Friday, sila yung aking kadate. Yung asawa ko nandoon sa taas, pero may tatlo akong lalaki na kadate every Friday. From the heart of Lorton, Virginia, yung ating Executive Vice President and co-founder ng Filipino American Cancer Care, we have Ed Logan. Hi, Ed!
Hey, Josie, again, thank God it's Friday. So I know to our listeners and viewers, they're excited for our show tonight. And of course, we will repeat what's the big event for tomorrow, Josie. So Emmerich, how's your week
Sandali
so far?
muna. Introduce ko muna si Emmerich.
Ay, nga pala. Sorry. Nakirit away ako. Sorry sa mga listener.
Okay. Our next co-host, siya po yung hindi ko na sasabihin na vice presidente ng isang bangko. One of the board of directors ng Filipino American Cancer Care. Humahaba na ang kanyang buhok. Pero ngayong gabi, hindi pala siya nagpaputol, kundi nilagyan niya lang ng ponytail. May dalawang dimple. Gwapo, mataas, matalino, walang iba. Galing sa puso ng Maryland, si Emmerich Richie Vicente.
Wow! Thank you so much. Ang galing naman, Ate Josie.
Pwede mo bang ipakilala yung taga Las Vegas?
Of course. None other than our esteemed host, Johan. Kuya Johan. Of PHLV Radio. But no, good evening everyone here in the United States, and magandang umaga po sa Pilipinas. Thank you so much for joining us today and tonight. We have a lot of information to talk about tonight. But before that, get back to you, Josie and Ed, regarding the event tomorrow that we're gonna have fun.
Yes, it's going to be an exciting night para po sa atin dito sa Amerika, sa Pilipinas at sa buong mundo. Now, kung gusto niyo pang bumili ng bingo cards, marami pa dito. Tingnan mo naman. Hawak ko yan ha, naka-FedEx yan. So, sa ating mga supporters, followers, tapos sa ating mga volunteers, sponsors, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtangkilik sa Filipino American Cancer Care at syempre sa ating mga beneficiaries at sa kanilang mga parents. Thank you so much. And Ed, pwede mo bang sabihin sa kanila yung 2021 Letters of the Heart Contest?
Of course, I'm so excited and thrilled that there are total 18 entries who participated this year, our first launching of the Letters of the Heart Contest. You can tell anyone and dedicate whether a poem or a letter to your someone who touched with kindness. It's not limited for a cancer patient, survivor, doctors, or anyone, caregivers, but anyone who's really shown compassion and kindness towards humanity. So I'm excited. So tomorrow, that would be announcing 3 winners for special categories, and then the first 3, first runner-up, second runner-up, and the third runner-up.
Yes, at syempre no, marami rin tayong mga inimbita na mga entertainers dito po sa United States. Ang gaganda ng mga kanta nila. At syempre, yung ating special guest co-host, si Mami ni Jokoy, isa sa ating mga board of directors, si Ate Josie Harrison, at marami tayong mga surprises sa kanila. Baka bukas naman sumayaw si Emerich.
Yeah, you're right.
O di kaya tutula si Emerich.
I can announce some of the winners for tomorrow because there's a lot of cash prizes for tomorrow. So if you haven't purchased your bingo card, you need to contact your nearest representative, where they are, and you can email us right away as well.
Yes, and after ng ating bingo game party, we are going to read yung mga entries sa 2021 Letters of the Heart Contest. Dear Emerich, ako ang babaeng na in love sa'yo. Ay!
Okay, well, before i-introduce Josie ni Emerich,
Ikaw
ang
ha,
ating
pag
guest,
love na ang pinag-uusapan, talagang iniiba mo yung topic ha?
I know, right? Quick! Quick!
Oo, talagang ang bilis.
Ang bilis eh.
Si Ali
Tayo.
nakikinig. Ali, can you understand us? Hi, Ali. Oy, teka muna. Bago mo ipakilala yung ating special guest, gusto ko lang batiin ha. Yung ating communication liaison officer
Oh, yeah.
sa Longwood, Texas, si Teresa Gak. Happy birthday, Teresa. And yung ating young ambassador dito sa Virginia, yung anak ni Maggie Cabatuando, Charmaine Cabatuando.
Happy birthday.
Okay. And yung mami naman ng isa rin sa ating mga young ambassadors, si Roxanne Manabat. Happy birthday.
Roxanne. Oh my goodness.
Okay, hindi ko na nakalimutan.
Masisira yun. But for ang ating mga nagbigay ng tulong sa atin, hindi na kasi gusto ko para maging donation sa ating organization. Tapos yung Ashley na we have tomorrow we will acknowledge them, but I just want them to know it's safe, we got the food, and we were delivering tomorrow before the show. So
Would you like to introduce yung ating mga bisita ngayong gabi?
Oh my gosh.
Yung isa nakahiga, yung isa nakatayo.
sila ay kambal.
I know, kambal po sila eh, di ba?
Oo. Pareho ko na may kambal.
So the good thing is I don't have any bio or I don't have any information para kay Ate, but
Surely.
at least I'm going.
Alam mo, Emerich, kung sino mag-introduce dapat sa isa? Yung kambal.
Oh yeah, we'll do that. So I'm gonna introduce Mom Sherry Sloan Medrano. There's a lot of initials after her name, so I'm gonna explain it afterwards. But RN, BSN, CCM, BC, OCN. She's gonna explain all of that for us. We know the RN, we know the BSN. But she's been a registered nurse for over 40 years. Graduated from UST, College of Nursing. Oh, UST. Certified case manager, board certified nurse, registered nurse case manager, and certified oncology nurse. Migrated from the Philippines in 1973 to New Orleans, then to Houston in 1996. Has been a case manager for 24 years. And been working with MD Doc Anderson for 20 years with the MD Anderson Physicians Network. Has been a Shell Center of Excellence of Cancer Manager Program Primary Case Manager with MD Anderson since the program inception in 1999. Worked in a number of companies and facilities through the years as a registered nurse, staff manager, director of various clinical settings, including medical, surgical, operating room, pediatrics, psychiatry, chemical dependence, labor, and many more. Member of the Speakers Bureau and the ambassador of MDACC in 2002. And she was involved with many community outreach activities involving health fairs, cancer prevention, flu vaccination, blood pressure, and many more. Very proactive, very proactive. Has served in various positions with PNA MH board member, vice president and president-elect and president, and now an advisor and lifetime member. Also served in many committees, including education, community outreach, ways and means, etc. Founded the first Filipino American Cancer Network in America, or FCNA MH, and now National Community Outreach Initiative of PNAA. Now training interested PNAA chapter in developing their chapter's cancer initiative. That's amazing. There's a lot of things that she's done, participated and collaborated in focus groups pertinent to Filipino and Asian Pacific health, very important. Presented a poster presentation at the National AACR conference in 2016 in New Orleans. Lobbied in Washington, D.C. for National Breast Cancer Coalition and American Association for Cancer Research in 2009 and 2010. Featured at the American Association for Cancer Research, or AACR, an international organization, at the January 2016 magazine Cancer Today as a cover story, and featured in 2016. Featured at the UTMD Anderson Cancer Center magazine, The Messenger, in their March 2016 issue. Featured MDACC Cancer blog as well as a survivor and educator. Please welcome again, Ma'am Sherry Sloan Medrano. Welcome po sa FACC. Now, you get to introduce your sister.
Yes, Miss Sherry Sloan Medrano. Sloan ba or Sloan?
Sloan.
Sloan. As in Sloan Catering, di ba? Okay.
Don't call me Mom Kevin. Please call me Your Majesty. I'm kidding.
Parang choppy yung ano mo, yung audio mo. Can you speak closer sa ano? Ano ba yung ginagamit mo? iPad or computer?
Laptop.
Oh, laptop. Okay. So if you can adjust yung ano niya, yung volume. Okay. Ayan. Mas okay na yata.
Is that better?
Can you hear Emma Rich?
I can hear, but still a little bit not as strong.
We're just to go to the max. I don't know what else to do.
It sounds like your microphone is being covered by something.
Muffled. It's muffled.
Ayan na. Nagsalita na yung kambal. Ano, kambal?
Kambalin mo
Ikaw na ang uunahin namin.
So it's
Bakit
an
ka nakahiga,
identical twin.
kambal? O sige na,
Identical
para sa mga ano natin, mga viewers, kambal, bakit ka nakahiga?
It's just tired.
Complications from Moderna vaccine number 2.
Ipakita mo yung ano mo, yung buo mong mukha. Ayan.
There.
Ayan.
At ang kambal din po ay isa ring nurse. Thank you
Yes,
for
isa
all
ring
your
nurse.
And
sacrifices.
graduated from UST Santo Tomas.
Ah, sige. Si Ate Sherry, pakilala mo yung kambal mo.
Huh?
Ayan
Oh,
na.
yeah, medyo maganda na yung voice niya. That's
Is it
good.
better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that better? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess my what you call it?
How do you call your kambal?
Huh? I call my kambal?
Yeah, you
Anong
gotta
tawag mo sa
introduce
kanya?
your twin.
I call her kambal.
Ang kambal.
When I text her, I'll say, "Kumusta ka, kambal?"
Ano ba?
I say the same thing.
You did the same thing.
Yeah. So, kambal, how are you doing? So that's how we address each other. But I call her different names too. I
How
call her-
close you are bilang magkambal?
Oh, very close, but far away. She lives in Kansas and I live in Houston. But it's okay. We communicate a lot. We text, we call, and we email. We also communicate by sixth sense.
Wow.
FaceTime.
Totoo yan.
Is
Totoo
it
yan.
true that for the twin sisters
Yes.
or twin, siblings, you feel that?
Yeah.
Yes.
We both had our second vaccine this past couple of days, and I've been sick since then. But I just keep on working because I would not let this aches and pains put me down. I'm just keep going. I start working at 6 in the morning. Going. So I'm just a trooper.
Totoo talaga yan. Kasi ako may kambal nga. Alam mo ba, Emerich and Ed, no? Like for example, pag hindi maganda yung pakiramdam ko, ganoon din ang nararamdaman ng kambal.
Yeah.
True.
Wow.
Very
They're
true.
connected. That's the uniqueness of the
Yeah.
Parang kami yung pinagbiyak na
Kamyas? I don't know what's the
I
word.
know, Apple.
Apple.
pinagbiyak na rin Lola.
Sino ba yung mas malaki sa inyo? Kasi sa amin, ang lola ko may kambal, ang pinsan ko may kambal, ang tiyahin ko may kambal. Ngayon yung aking pamangkin sa Canada, magkakaroon ng anak, kambal din.
Kami wala. Kami lang ang kambal. Kaya sabi ko sa mami ko, you might have been having an affair when you conceive us.
So Ma'am Cherry, you are based in Houston, and then Cheryl, you're in
Shirley.
you're in New Orleans,
No.
Kansas.
Kansas. There you go. All right.
Kansas City.
Her real name is Dorothy.
They have Dorothy. Where's Toto?
Teka muna, bakit naging Dorothy?
I moved from Iowa to Kansas.
Wizard of Oz. It's from
Wizard of
Kansas.
Oz. Ate Josie.
Yes.
Oh my
I
God,
know
she
that.
forgot.
Cute.
Matindi yung sense of humor ni Shirley.
Then si Cherry nagsabi noon, di ako. Si Cherry.
Oh, si Cherry. Okay.
Lumipat siya from Iowa to Kansas and tawag sa kanya Dorothy. So anyway, so you let me know.
Ilan po ang inyong grandkids, Ma'am Cherry?
Oh, grabe ba? Diretso yung tanong niya? Grandkids ka agad.
Tanong mo muna kung ilan ang boyfriend ko.
Tawa ng tawa si Ate Shirley. Boyfriend muna.
Ilan ang ex-boyfriend?
Sorry.
Oh, ilan ang ex-boyfriends?
Boyfriend.
Kulang kamay ko, tsaka kulang pa ako. Madami. Pero dalawa ako. Dalawa ang the second husband ko na ito. Yung una pinatay ko.
Ano yan ha? Revelation yan ha? Totoo ba yan?
Humor.
He died of cancer. My first husband died of cancer. So, my second husband hindi pa namamatay. Dito pa rin.
Nandiyan sa tabi mo.
Kung nakalimutan namin sabihin, live po tayo sa worldwide television.
Nagka-count daw ako ng husband. Sabi ko, maybe it's the last but I'm not sure. So I have two kids. One is 42. Another one is 43, a boy and a girl. The girl is oldest, and she's a chef married to another chef. They have 3 children, one boy and 2 girls. They're so beautiful. And my only boy is in Austin, Texas. He's a computer engineer, working remotely for Dracos from Maryland. And
Ate Sherry, ang bata tingnan, ano? Sabi niya, 41 or 42 yung anak mo?
What do you think of what do you, come on, like,
Share the secrets.
Ang sikreto si Ate Shirley, yung kambal.
always laughing, never serious, always crazy. You ask my friends, he'll tell you that. Mga classmates sa college, hindi ka pa nagbabago, sira pa rin ang ulo mo. Sabi ko, yep, that keeps me young because I'm sira ulo. I don't take anything seriously. I don't even take cancer seriously, really, because it's just a diagnosis, you know?
Yes. Diba? You have to live life to the fullest and be happy.
Yeah, be happy.
But you know the real secret?
Ano? Pagkain.
Hindi gawa ng kambal kami. This year we're gonna be 72, but because we are
What?
twins,
Magiging
we're gonna be
72 years old ka na?
72 this September.
Oh my
But
gosh.
anyway, that's the
They're
secret is
hardworking. Yes.
you're 72, we're kambal, kaya divided by 2, kaya I'm actually only 36 years old.
Yeah.
And he is
The
36
heart
years
and
old.
mind.
Yeah.
Mas bata ako sa kanya kasi matanda sa akin, kaya 35 lang ako.
Seconds. Seconds yung pag...
Pero teka, nang sinabi mo sa akin na 72 years old ka, para naman akong sabi ko, Emerich, naku, parang mas matanda ako tingnan sa dalawa na to.
Kapag ka pa.
Kailangan tumawa ka lang ng tumawa, kumain ng masarap,
Exactly.
saka travel ng travel.
Mahilig kayo mag-travel.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yep.
Anytime we can, we cruise
We go
together.
cruising.
We fly somewhere and we just visit other
You guys
states.
are really a great example or a role model of like living the life, number one.
Life.
And
La
then
vida
going-
loca.
Really, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh my
Live,
goodness.
Yeah.
live like
Because
crazy.
you have to enjoy each day because you might not be here tomorrow, but who knows? I might
That's
be here
right.
tomorrow. You know, so I like life, and I don't understand how people commit suicide because you only have one chance of living here.
That's right. Si Ate Shirley ba may love life?
I have a husband for almost 39 years now.
Mm.
And we have 3 boys,
Okay.
37, 36, and 34 years old. And they're all scattered. 2 live in Kansas. That's why we're here. And 1 in Chicago. So 1
Ate
is
Shirley, pwede mo bang i-adjust yung camera ng ano mo
Oh, yeah.
ng iPad? Ayan. Para makita namin yung beautiful face. Sige na. Oh, ayan.
The beautiful smile.
Oh my goodness. So, but anyway, my oldest one, he lives here in Kansas. He is married. He has a master's in nursing, and he is a nurse consultant with 3M in Minneapolis. So he travels worldwide. Nationwide here in America, teaching. He's more or less like an educator. And then the second one is living here in Lawrence, Kansas, married to us. Speech pathologist, they have 3 girls. Mark, my oldest one here, has 3 boys. And then Neil in Lawrence is a lawyer, and he is a professor at KU, Kansas University.
Wow.
About sports management or something. And my youngest one is in Chicago. He's a lawyer, married to a lawyer, and he works with JP Morgan Chase as a corporate lawyer. And they have 2 boys. So that's my family.
Yung pagiging nurse ba, inasalahin ninyo?
Somewhat, not really. Medyo.
I don't have any nurse in my family. We have doctors and accountants and engineers and
Medical, yeah.
lawyers,
Lawyers.
medical med techs and all that, but no nurses really, except maybe a couple of cousins who are nurses.
But who influences or inspire you guys sa Pilipinas po at nakapunta kayo sa USTE na mag-aral ng nursing?
Nursing.
Well, actually, Shirley wanted to be a doctor, and I wanted to be nothing.
So you want to be a dietitian.
I want to be a dietitian, nutritionist, because I love to cook. I am such a love it.
Ako, mahilig rin po kaming kumain lang. Hindi kami nagluluto, kakain lang kami.
Mahilig ako magluto, kaya tuloy ng anak ko, pareho mahusay magluto, naging chef yung aking babae. So, my dad said, no, you're gonna be a cocinera. No, you're not gonna be a cook. I said, pa, dietitian is not a cocinera. As he goes, no, you're gonna be a lawyer because you have a big mouth. I said, no, I don't want to be a lawyer like you. My dad was a lawyer. I said, no, I don't want to be a lawyer like you. So but I want to be a doctor. So my dad said, so why don't you both be a doctor? I said, no, because I hate studying. I do not like to study that long. So, okay, then...
At nakikita ko sa iyo ha, pwede ka talaga maging abogada?
he told me, you have a big mouth. Okay, if you're
Judge.
not gonna...
Judge Judy, gawin natin Judge Cherry, o, di ba?
Sige, tawagin natin siyang si Judge Cherry.
So he cursed, my dad cursed me, said, you're either gonna be a lawyer or you're gonna marry one. I said, oh no, I want. So I ended marrying one. My first husband was a lawyer too. So,
Yung second, nurse.
he's an IT guy.
Oh, okay. Ayaw niya ng nurse.
I met him at MD Anderson when I moved to Houston. So anyway, so my father said, so okay, but I'm not gonna let you be a dietitian. So you're just gonna have to stay home. I said, fine. Then I'll stay home and do nothing. That's good because we have maids serving me anyway. So my sister said, hey, most of our barkada wants to be nurses. They want to go to Europe and America. Why don't we just go to nursing? And I said, do they have a lot of math? I don't like math. She goes, I don't think so. Let's look at the curriculum. Mag-test tayo sa UST. So we did. And without my father knowing it, we tested okay. So my sister went to section 1 because all the top notchers entrance doon. Tapos yung mga cum laude tsaka mga valedictorian doon. O hindi, section 2 lang ako. Sabi ko, sige, mauna ka lang section 1. Kasi sa USC kasi they classify you according to your grade point average. So, it was section 1, I was section 2. So I was happy because, I don't really like studying. I'm lazy. I'm lazy as can be. So anyway, that's how we get to be in USC. And I don't even know how I graduated because I was blackball. I cut classes as much as I could. And Shirley was my disciplinarian, would come to my dorm and say,
Si Ate Shirley ba mas studious kesa sa'yo, ha?
honor
Yeah.
student siya, no? Ako hindi, tamad ako. May akong infection, chronic infection, tamaditis.
Ate Shirley, sagutin mo yung kambal mo.
No, it's true. It's true. It's true.
Tawag na mga classmate, tamad, mga classmate namin, tamad daw ako. Sabi ko, sharing tamad ako. Tapos yung mga family ko, mga sisters ko, tsaka brother ko, ang tawag sa kanya, angel twin. Ako ang sabi na, evil twin. Ako, kasi sabi, salbahe ka. Kasi pag ako hindi, you always speak your mind. Salbahe ka talaga. Walang preno ka. Sabi ko, I say what I need to say. I don't want to hurt anybody, but I do what I can.
Right.
And be honest, So that's what she's known. So whenever we're together as family, they always say, there goes the evil twin again with her mouth. So that's how we ended to be nurses. And we ended up together in New Orleans, but then she moved away to
Iowa first.
and then I stayed there, and then until I moved here in Houston to join my other sisters. So that's how we got here, where we are.
I see.
And I think there's a reason because I moved here. I really didn't want to live in New Orleans because it's beautiful. I like New Orleans. But then I think God wanted me to be here. And for some reason, I ended up after 2 or 3 other jobs here. I ended up in MD Anderson oncology. I never thought to be an oncology nurse, but I love it, especially for what I do. Everybody say, it's depressing. I said, no, it's not depressing. You have to be optimistic and see the bright side that you are helping people cope to the end of their lives.
Yeah.
So that's how I get satisfaction. So I don't get depressed. So my patients tell me, how can you be so uplifting? How can you be in this death day by day? You have this patient dying. How can you be so positive? I said, because, it's just dying is part of life. Everybody will die.
Yes.
So they ask me, Cherry, am I going to die? And I say, yes, of course. You're dying. I'm dying. Everybody's dying. It's just when you're going to die. And as a cancer survivor, I tell them, I know how you feel because cancer survivor, I know that we are lucky because we are given the path. We know which way we're going, even though we don't have cancer now because of remission. You know that one day it's going to attack you again, and it's up to you to just face it again. And your way. It's going to be the way. It's not going to be a crossroad where, unless you're careful and some truck driver hits you, you die in the road. But most of the time, you're probably going to die of complication of cancer down the line. But we're lucky. We can prepare ourselves. We can smell the roses along the way. We know that we can also help prevent it, the recurrence. We also help other people support them by saying we have the same journey, maybe a little different from yours, but similar. So I know how you feel. So my patients really like it, like, oh, you're a cancer survivor. I said, yes, I am. And you're not alone, and you can call me anytime and you can just relate to me how you're feeling. And I'm not judgmental because I know exactly how you feel. At first, of course, you're going to be like surprised. You'll be like, well, I was never angry really because I said, okay, God, that's what you want me to do. Fine.
Ang galing talaga ni Judge Cherry, ha?
Actually, buong show na lang natin, makikinig na lang ako kay Judge Cherry. Sabi ko sa kanya nung
Kambal Shirley,
makikinig
may
lang
hirit ka?
tayo.
Yeah, sure. I'm not, I didn't really I didn't mukmuk or like depressed. No, the first time I got diagnosed,
Hindi na tayo, kahit na hindi na tayo magtanong, sasagutin niya na lahat eh.
sagutin ko
No.
na.
Tignan mo nga, may transition pa nga eh. Di ba?
Ang ganda nga eh.
I can read your mind. So,
Oo, ibang klase.
Eh, may power nga sila, di ba? Ang kambal niya. Oh.
Totoo naman talaga yan eh.
first off, let me start by saying that if anybody asks me, especially with my cancer group or my colleague, I said, if you can define yourself, who are you? First thing I'll say, I'm a cancer survivor. You go, what? Yeah, I'm a cancer survivor. So that makes everybody around me who are suffering from that kind of is comfortable.
It's comfortable
Yeah.
around you, yeah.
Of course, I'm also a wife, a mom, a grandma,
A friend
a sister, a friend, and a colleague. Okay.
and a judge.
And a judge.
And a judge.
Your Honor,
Fair.
sabi mo, Your Honor. Okay, so I'm a registered nurse, like you introduced me for over 50 years now. I graduated in 1971. So it's almost, April 71. So almost
Yeah.
50 years that I've been
Pero
a
ang
nurse.
bata mo talaga tingnan. I'm telling you, hindi ka mukhang 72. 1971, hindi pa ako pinanganak.
Nako, ni-reveal mo yung age mo rin, Miss Josie.
Thankfully, you parents' eyes, but I was already graduated in nursing at 71. Of course, we graduated young. I was 20 when I graduated from our 5-year degree in UST. So it was good. It was good. And I'm very active with MD Anderson's ambassadorship program and also with the Speakers Bureau. They send me all over the city to speak about cancer prevention. Even before
Nako,
I started cancer.
Emerich, Ed, nag-training pala siya sa Speakers Bureau.
Kaya
Alam mo-
kailangan natin siya. Sabi ko sa inyo, iimbitahin natin si Judge Cherry. Kaya nga yung ating COVID-19 na to, hindi yan...
Sabi na sa
COVID-19
akin,
cannot stop even Judge Cherry as well. Okay?
Yung
So
kambal,
that's why.
yung kambal, nakikinig lang. Akala ko ba, yung kambal na si Shirley, yun ang extrovert. Iba yata.
no,
Yeah,
she's introvert.
you're both extrovert.
Yeah.
You are both
I'm a little bit
extroverts.
milder. I'm a little bit more.
Both of
you
them
know.
are extrovert.
Yeah, but
May pumasok. Sino yan?
see, Notch Bridges is my education chair and my friend, my little sister. I call her from MD Anderson. She's at MD Anderson. I sent
Okay.
that link to my cancer network friends.
Okay. May tanong sa iyo si Emerich, Judge Cherry. Pero bago ko,
Itanong kay Judge.
siguraduhin mo Emerich ha, na makakahirit ka kay Judge kasi baka mamaya.
I will try.
Aha.
Okay.
Okay,
Go ahead.
bago yung tanong ni Emerich, I would like, siguro naman, pwede nating entertain yung kambal, okay?
Okay.
It's
We
lot of
have a
energy,
guest
too.
singing band tonight.
Okay.
They actually originated January of 2013 as a project collaboration by Jules Fred C. Batislaong of Seven Aside and Chi Asprek of BMC Siguada Experiment, partially inspired by psychedelic alternative progressive genre. After recording a few demo, they recruited John Balading Jr. to man the drums, then an additional guitar manned by Mike Requentel for live sessions. At this point, band's project are mostly inspired by anthems. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Pitchfork 2000 or Pitchfork 360.
On a Sunday afternoon, for what I read between the lines, you lies. Feeling like your hand was to change. So do you laugh just cry? You lie.
All right, it's 9:37 here on our radio show on the air with FACC. Balikan natin si Emerich and Ed Logan. Emerich?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our show. That's good song, good band gave us a number today. But we want to welcome again our guest, Mom Sherry, Judge Sherry Sloan Medrano, and Mom Shirley Sloan. So my question for you... Molitor. Okay. Thank you.
That's my last name is Molitor.
Thank you so much for correcting us. So, Mom Sherry, just really quickly, my question for you, because you started mentioning about your journey on your cancer. What was your diagnosis? What type of cancer did you walk through?
Did you have? Okay, I was going to say that I founded the Filipino Cancer Network of America, Metro Houston, in January 2008. And in September of the same year, right the day after my birthday, which was September 26, 2008, I was diagnosed with stage 3 papillary thyroid cancer. And at first they said it's stage 1, but after the surgery, when I woke up, I asked my surgeon, so I know that you operated on me, you probably did some frozen section. So what was the result? And he goes, well, I'm sorry to tell you that it's not stage 1, it's stage 3. I said, okay. So I said, what's your next step? He goes, well, I'll discuss that after you come back to my clinic. I said, oh, I want to know, you're going to do a total thyroidectomy, right? He goes, all right, Nurse Cherry, yeah, you know it. We'll talk about it later on. Because I worked in operating room for 25 years. Yeah. So I know all about it, you know. So I was staying in the hospital for a day. He wanted me to stay there 2 days, but I said, no, I'm fine. I don't have any pain. I don't have nothing. No bleeding. So,
so Ma'am Cherry, so just want to make sure kasi mga tao, we try to educate them. So in terms of symptoms, so when you have the experience, so there's no symptoms of what type of symptoms? Wow.
No. I don't have any nodes. I don't have any lumps, no change of voice, no jitteriness. And I had this, 7 years before that, my primary care physician found a little like lump in my throat, but she said it's nothing. I think it's just hyperthyroidism. But if you want, you know, to just check with endocrine doctor, you can. I said, no, I work at MD Anderson. I'll go there and see. So I was at MD Anderson. I got the best endocrinologist, and I just kept on having ultrasound and lab work for thyroid function for 7 years. And everything was normal. No, you're okay. You just, your thyroid is hyperactive because you're hyper. They were teasing me. I said, oh, okay. So on the 7th year in 2008, I had my usual visit and labs. All the labs were normal. And I had no symptoms. I had no loss of weight. In fact, I had some weight gain, which is for hyperthyroidism. Usually we'd lose weight. I have weight gain because, of course, my mouth, I don't have any staples in my mouth. I like to eat.
So Ma'am Cherry, in terms of another thing po, is there any from the family, or do you think history, genetic history, nothing in your family?
No, I have thyroid, hyperthyroidism, my mom, my sister, my aunt.
Oh, gotcha.
No cancer.
But never turned into a cancer.
No. So what happens was, my 7th year, after, you know, the doctor visited him in the office and had my ultrasound, the ultrasound lady that day said, the doctor said, you can go home, but look at this, Cherry. She happened to be my next door neighbor here in my subdivision, and she's Indian ultrasonographer. She goes, Cherry, normally we don't show this to the patients, but look at the ultrasound. You have hypervascularity, which means there's a lot of blood supply going to the little node there, which means it's needing some feeding of blood. Cancer likes to feed on blood. Okay, so that's hypervascularity. Suspicious that it might be cancer. I said, oh, are you sure? She said, let's see, let's check. So I said, call Dr. Kwan. I'll tell him something to do a biopsy. So he called Dr. Kwan, the guy, the radiologist, and he said, Dr. Kwan, Cherry wants to talk to you. I said, why, Cherry? See, I want you to biopsy that little node that you're talking about. She goes, why? It's so deep. It never changed for 7 years. It's the same. You have no symptoms. Your labs are okay. You can go home. I said, no, I want you to biopsy it. You know, so he says, well, Neha, what did you tell Cherry? Well, she's a nurse here. She's an oncology nurse. She's a case manager, and she knows all about it. So I showed it to her. She goes, okay, fine. So he biopsied it, and it was so hard because it was so little, 0.1 millimeter, very small.
Wow.
And so he came back 30 minutes later, and he said, I have good news and bad news. I said, what's the good news? The good news is you probably don't have cancer because it's just so small. You have no symptoms. And you might have some features of follicular and papillary cells, which are typical of some cancer cells. He said, but I'm not so sure. We're going to have to send it for 48 hours for more studies in the pathology. So, and the bad news I said is I have 50% chance of cancer, right? He goes, you know it. I said, okay, great. Thank you for letting me know. So it's a good thing that I get it biopsied. So that was a Friday afternoon, the day after my birthday. So I know that for permanent section of tissues, it takes 48 hours. So I know that Monday I will know the result. But then I was at work at 6 o'clock that morning, 7 o'clock, my phone rang. And I look at the caller ID is the physician assistant of my doctor. So I knew already. So I got the phone and said, hey, Carol, good morning. I said, I have cancer, right? And silence. I said, Jerry, what did you say that? I said, well, I know you would not call me at 7 o'clock in the morning for a good news, right? He goes, well, Dr. Evans wants you to see you this afternoon at 2 o'clock. It's because I have cancer, right? He goes, well, I'll let him tell you that. I said, I already know, so I'll be there at 2 o'clock. So anyway, I was like, at first, I wasn't really shocked. I didn't even tell my husband that I had a biopsy, you know, when I went home Friday, because it was like, okay, que sera, whatever will be, will be. What can I say? You know, it's there. So Monday, I went to see Dr. Evans, and I entered the door, and he hugged me, and he said, okay, sit down. I said, okay. I said, so when are you going to do my surgery? And he looked at me, what are you talking about? I said, I know that I have cancer because Carol would not call me. So you're going to do a total thyroidectomy on me, right? And he said, yeah. I said, so when do you want to do it, Jerry? I said, when is your first schedule? I'll do it. He goes, but next week. I said, shoot, do it. You know, we'll do it outpatient, 24 hours observation. I said, okay, we'll do it. So we went ahead and did it, and I woke up right away, and I wanted to go home. And that's when he told me that it's the nodes that he did for frozen during surgery was stage 3. You know, so I said, okay. So I said before I left the hospital, I said, when you're going to do the I-131, this is a kind of radiation therapy that you swallow some pills. They don't actually do an external beam radiation for thyroid per se. They give you the radioactive iodine is called I-131. So they made. So I went home, recuperate, fine. 2 days later, I was back at work. So I had surgery Monday, Wednesday. Actually, I was back at work because I was fine, you know. And everybody was saying, you know, why are you here? I said, because I don't want to stay home. I'm here. So one of the directors at the Physicians Network used to be the head and neck chair at MD Anderson. You know? So he saw me walking, and I said, why are you here? I said, it's because I'm not there. I'm here. I'm working. She goes, Cherry, she said, you had surgery, right? I said, yeah. Well, I heard thyroid. I said, yeah. And he used to be a thyroid specialist. And he said, what stage are you, by the way? I said, if you care to share. I said, I'm stage 3. And one of the nodes that they took was positive for cancer. So I'm metastatic to the nodes. So he said, uh-oh. I said, what do you mean, uh-oh? And he goes, well, how old are you? Are you over 50? I said, of course. Cut me open, you count the lines. I'm over 50. I'm 50 something years old. He goes, that's not good news. I said, and what are you trying to tell me? And he said, statistically, stage 3 thyroid cancer over 50, the survival rate will be 5 years. I said, okay. Are you scared? I said, no. I said, why are you not scared? He said, this is 2008, so you're going to be checking out by 2013. I said, really? I said, I'm not scared, Dr. Gafford, because I know that I'm not part of statistics. I know that I can beat this. And I know that nobody here on earth will tell me when I'm going to check out, because somebody up there's looking at me. He's going to decide when I'm going to check out. So there's the answer. So he goes, okay, you heard it first. 5 years is the max. I said, no, that's probably the minimum, but max is to be seen. So I just ignored him. So to the years, he was there. Yeah. Even before he retired, he would look at me. And I said, don't look at me, Dr. Gafford. This is a walking dead.
Right? In his eyes.
You're seeing a ghost. Am I a ghost? No, I'm body, full body and flesh and blood every year. I said, I lied because you know what? I dare to be different. I dare not to be part of statistics. And I trust God and I trust my doctor. I do what needs to be done. I stay positive and I stay happy and I take it day by day.
And you stay strong.
Yeah. And one day God said, hey, you've done enough. I know. I said I have a mission to touch other lives, not just cancer patients, but other lives. You know, I help them navigate the cancer journey to come to MD Anderson. I push through for them to get an early appointment. And I counsel people, I call people, I form this organization that I know will flourish.
Yes, ma'am. Speaking of that, I'm gonna ask ng question. So,
Judge yan.
Judge mo nga, one question,
yung Filipino...
Si Emma Rich, hindi na makahirit, ha?
Kaya sabi sa'yo, kailangan magaling tayong maki-chance eh. So, ma'am, Judge Sherry, sino po ang nag-inspire din sa inyo sa, hey, one of this day, I'm gonna start this Filipino, cancer network of America Metropolitan.
What motivated you to create an organization?
What happened was, so I've been in, that was 2008. I've been at MD Anderson since 1999. Okay, so I belong to Asian Cancer Council and member of the American Cancer Society because I used to do a bereavement support group, from American Cancer Society. And there was a medical director there with the Asian Cancer Council and said, why don't you come and have a meeting with us at MD Anderson with some of my colleagues there. So we were talking and they were telling us, as a group, there were also some Filipino nurses there. And they said, you're active with the PNAA, you're active with a lot of organizations. And it's a shame that a lot of Asians in Houston have a cancer support group and cancer organization. And how about you? There's a lot of nurses and doctors here in Houston. And it's a shame that you guys, this is a Chinese doctor talking, and shame that you guys don't have any. So I would challenge you, and if you look at me directly to the eye, Cherry, because you're the one who always stepping forward to start an organization for Cancer Network for Filipinos. I said, you got it.
Hallelujah, Judge Cherry. See, that's the power of the...
Ano naman yung reaction muna ng kambal?
Shirley, Shirley, what's your reaction with all of this happening?
I was not really surprised because my twin is always a go-getter.
Yeah.
She is pragmatic in a lot of ways, maybe more pragmatic than I am. And so I know when she told me that, all I can say is yay. I knew it, that
you can handle it.
Overcome.
Yeah, she's very practical and pragmatic, and even though she never studied, like she said in when we were in nursing, she made good grades. She might not be in honor roll, but she made very good grades. You cannot be in section 2 without being, smart
Maintaining
upstairs.
that.
May common sense yan si Judge Cherry.
Yes, yan ang sasabihin ni Judge Cherry.
She knows the body parts.
Yeah, of course, it made me very proud, of her journey. She's a fighter.
Natakot po ba kayo para sa kanya nung malaman yung nasa stage 3 yung kanyang thyroid cancer?
Well, hindi natakot. I was not afraid because I know that she can handle it. And I know that she has a strong faith. And it runs in my family that the number one anchor is God. And everybody started praying. And I know prayer answer, the answer to our prayers, will come sooner or later. So hindi ako natakot din, nabahala ng konti, pero not enough to really worry. I was concerned but not worried. Not worried at all.
How about sa inyong health condition? Nagkaroon ba kayo ng parang, you need to be proactive na, di ba?
Exactly.
Dahil syempre, merong cancer yung kambal mo.
Well, I have some nodules in my thyroid as well, pares niya. But my doctors haven't done any biopsy. This is they said it's normal because it runs in your family and all of my tests are normal and they would not do any biopsy. So that was many years ago that they found a node and there was no change with my thyroid function test. So they're not worried and I'm not worried, and just like my twin, if it happens, it happens. I cannot really operate on myself. It's a doctor that does that decision, and so far nobody has made the decision, and I'm fine. I don't have any symptoms whatsoever, and so I'm not worried about it at all. I just have my yearly annual checkup with the thyroid function tests and, sonogram. and
That's
all that.
important po, Ma'am Shirley, yung ating ine-educate namin ng mga listener namin na do that at least, their yearly checkup.
Yes,
It's
yes.
really
Yearly checkup is important.
be a good habit as part of lifestyle.
Most definitely. Especially when you're starting to age like us,
Ay, hindi. Bata ka pa tingnan. Emma Rich, balikan mo si Judge.
Yeah, Judge Sherry. So
Okay.
how was the family support system during your journey?
Oh, very supportive. My husband and my daughter slept with me at the hospital, and even the doctor wanted to keep me another day, and I said, "No, let's go. Pack my stuff, let's go." Then when I got home, my husband said, "So what do you want to eat?" I said, "I want to eat a steak right now. I'm hungry." And whatever you want, you got it. So very supportive. My twin, my other sisters and brothers, they all call and just wish me okay, that they're praying for me, and with that, and I'm very very lucky to have been active with PNAMH here, the Philippine Nurse Association, and also with the UST alumni group here in Houston. Very active because having been past presidents of both organizations, so they all called me, supported me, and just gave me the, you can do this, Jerry. I said, yeah, I know I can do it. I don't really need a push because I know in my head that, hey, I'm just a lucky person to get diagnosed, and I'm the best hospital. I got the best doctor.
Yeah.
And you're in America.
Yeah, you don't even see my incision. Do you see my incision?
No.
That's only the
not at
line
all.
from my being old, but you don't see that. So I'm locked out.
Yeah. So, Ma'am Sherry, regarding the support system, right? So you work at the hospital, you see the patients.
Yeah.
What can you tell to people out there who has family members that? Because I don't know what you see out there. Are they having the same support system that you have?
Yeah, well, different families, of course, have different dynamics, but I don't particularly hands-on patients. I talk to them because I'm a case manager, but I gave them some psychological support when they have questions about their diagnosis. I basically tell them that you cannot change your diagnosis, like what I lecture in the community when I do my talks here in Houston and all over the country when I'm invited to speak about cancer prevention. And my main topic when I speak is how to break cancer silence in the community, particularly in our ethnic group.
Ang mga Filipino masyadong reserve.
Nobody wants to talk about it. It's like a bad word. Don't say that.
A big stigma.
Don't say that I have cancer. Don't say.
So, Ate Sherry, would you agree to advocate to all of the family out there that knows, or friends that knows that their friends or family members have cancer right now or in the middle of their journey, to be supportive, to be there for them, talk to them, call them, pick up the phone, do whatever, nothing different.
No, don't be afraid, because your support is always welcome. You always just let them. Sometimes you don't even have to say too much. You just say, I'm just calling to let you know I care. And if you need anything, I'm here for you. If there's anything at all I can do for you, I'm here. I'm praying for you. And then let it be. And then tell them I'm available anytime, you need to speak. And if you are a cancer survivor, just let them know I'm in the same boat with you. And if you're not a cancer survivor, you said, I don't really feel how you feel, but I can just imagine. And I would pray to God that he will keep you in the palm of his hands, and you will be okay as long as you go ahead and do what the doctors tell you. And a big thing about prevention of recurrence, if you're already in remission, is change your lifestyle. If you haven't been exercising, start exercising maybe 10 minutes a day or 2 a week, and then increase your tolerance. If you've been eating like a pig like me, then maybe you can just have
Me
a portion,
too.
have a portion control. A portion control that be selective about what you eat. Mostly you should eat most fruits and vegetables versus red meat. You can eat some red meat, and some fish and all that, but not as much as you would, because all these have been studied to cause some form of cancer. If you are a drinker of alcohol, then limit your drink to at least one or not at all. And if you have high stress in your life, in your job, in your family, then take time to relax. Take time to take a deep breath. smell the roses, and take I call it the rule of 4. I do it every night before I go to sleep. So I can, rule of 4. They do this at Navy SEALs. You take a deep breath, count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 4 minutes. And let it out. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Maganda pala to, ha?
Rest
Yoga
again.
instructor din siya, ha?
4 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that will put you to sleep. I guarantee you that. I do that every day.
Oh,
So,
yes. I can attest to that.
So 1,
I've been
2,
doing
3,
that.
4 minutes.
yeah, 4 minutes na. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a deep breath. Hold it for 4 minutes. Let it out 4 minutes. And then rest 4 minutes.
Eh, hindi ka pa yata nagbibilang. Si Ate Shirley, tulog na eh.
I put her to sleep by my mom.
Oh, I'm listening.
Yeah, everybody tells me, you have a gift for gab. You better tell them to ask your question, otherwise you'll be talking until midnight.
We're just fascinated. No, Ma'am Chair, it's really, really a pleasure for the Filipino American Cancer Care to really find your organization as well, because that's what, as I mentioned when I talked to you, I said, Josie and I, when we talk and we said, this is a good gap that we can serve the here, and then with all the supporters and friends and every part of this from the beginning.
And we need to collaborate with you.
We need to. Like Filipino Nurses of America, I know I'm trying to mentor the different chapters. We have over 50 chapters. I'm trying to mentor them to have their own initiative. And one of them in New England already started their own 501c3, which is a non-profit organization also.
Oh, ito yung interview natin last time.
Namin po yun si Chit, si Ma'am Chit,
Evian.
at saka si Jeanette Livelo po.
They get the
Oh.
inspiration from me when I talk in Cleveland at the National Convention. And they also have one in Orlando. They have one in New York and New Jersey. They have one in San Diego, Hawaii. They're forming one in Tampa and also in Miami and in Fort Lauderdale, and some other chapters in Texas. So I'm happy because I'm in alignment with MD Anderson to eradicate cancer.
Okay. Miss Sherry, we have 1 minute.
Sure. Okay, what else can I answer?
We're done.
I-interviewin kita. Tatawagan kita. Mas mahaba-haba yung interview ko sa iyo. Ate Shirley, thank you so much, no? Ang gusto kong malaman anong sekreto ng pagiging tignan mo naman, healthy, ha? Very healthy. Itong dalawang kambal.
Siyempre.
Emerich, yung concert mo i-reserve natin, ha?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Our bingo.
Ate Sherry and Ate Shirley, bili na kayo ng bingo cards. Join us tomorrow.
You can have fun po.
How do you do that? I don't know how to do that.
Si Ed na mag-explain sa iyo after ng ating program. So anyway, thank you so much again sa ating mga listeners, followers, viewers dito po sa On the Air with FACC. See you again next Friday.
See
Dito
ya.
pa rin sa PHLV Radio.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Good night.
Bye. God bless.
Thank you, Johan.
God bless.
The Filipino American Cancer Care has just brought you On the Air with FACC. Tributes and support to those impacted by cancer. On the Air with FACC. The Filipino American Cancer Care on PHLV Radio.